before I was 18
Yeah,
years old.
that's how I grew up.
I put everybody
listen.
People was already kind of listening to Fab, but not really. They didn't even know what he looked like for real. But they heard his music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like I had all this mixtape shit. I'm like how I was
Street Dreams.
I'm telling people about G Unit, this set, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Fab too. But nowadays, even the last 10 years, I don't really listen to. He's not in rotation of what I would listen to every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
he's like a Golly Flow. It's like the Jigga shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like we don't listen to Jigga like that every day because of what's.
I got titled.
What's constantly being pushed.
And I don't even listen to him, and that's why I got it. I got it so I had Apple Music, and it was like, damn, like I can't hear no Jay-Z music is not on Apple Music like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got like a couple compilation albums, but it's not like his whole catalog. So
I be still flooded with Wayne ass music though, bro. Like
this is what I'm saying. Like the overall concept is like I'm entertained by bullshit for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen to shit, but I like the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like we all do. You know what I'm saying? Like we all do. Like I didn't hear you listen to.
We grew up off of the bullshit.
Yeah.
You evolve. Like you know what I'm saying? Even to this day, like whatever you listen to, whatever bullshit you listen to growing up, it's like
you know I'm gonna take that back.
Chicago music, and I'm not disrespecting none niggas because I like their music, but it's like they ain't talking about the right shit.
They're not talking about the right shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
I love their music, and they make good music.
And the thing is, with my shit was, I always listen to growing up and shit. I listen to Harlem World. I listen to Mace. Like I'm a Florida nigga. So when I was listening to this shit, my mom had the Accurate Legend throwback shit. That throwback shit, that niggas, it was still spicy back then.
My auntie had Accurate Legend, and they jacked her shit.
So the crazy thing is like, the crazy thing is,
90s shit. You know, the Accurate Legend back then, that shit was like a Benz.
Yeah.
So back then, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Up North music wave. These niggas still on like Trick Daddy, UGK. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing wrong with it. But the diameter of the lyricalness, I couldn't listen to that music because it wasn't saying anything to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I get what they're saying because I'm living in this shit every day.
Right.
So all the pocket full of stones, all that shit, I most definitely know what I'm in. I'm in it. I know that. But the way that they rapping just did not. I needed that slick ass shit from up north. Mm-hmm. They had colorful flow. To me, that's colorful flow. Yeah. See, this shit, it was more black and white, which is concrete because I see it in black and white.
Right.
And how they rap it is black and white.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I needed some color with my shit. You know what I'm saying? I needed that vocabulary, that shit that mean the same shit is just worded different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what kept my rap world turning like it did because, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. I wasn't acting like I was better than anybody. It just wasn't my type of music.
Right.
When you got niggas like Mace, you got Young Fabulous, you got D Block, you got the Locks, you got Rough Riders, all this other shit, and these niggas spitting the same type of shit just a different way. Yeah. I was all on that shit. So it's just like you say, like we evolve with our flow. You know what I'm saying? Because we listen to people that are still in that direction that we want to go into on a conscious matter. Right. But we still let a nigga know we ain't lost that touch that we started with. Mm-hmm. So I get what you're really fighting with is. You know, to keep the touch, you just bring that bitch out whenever you want to.
But now I'm like, I've embraced like the inner me. You know what I'm saying? Like completely in the sense that like I'm trying to bring it out to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the musical facet and all that shit.
The musical facet. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm super talented. Like anybody that knows that will like go for that harder than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know what I could really do. I'm saying that to say that, but I haven't been putting in the work. And like lately I've just been, and then like things have been happening around me where it's like it's gonna work out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna work out exactly how I want it, and that's gonna be the way. Like that's the best way for me to reach success. You know what I'm saying? I'm not chasing it. I'm not chasing it. And I'm like realistically, it's just happening in the groove and the flow.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
It's genuine. It's happening as everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You're not forcing nothing now. You're just letting free flow and what's coming to you handling it as such. Yeah. But you know that's what you know is what's coming to you is shit that you've already been mentally preparing for anyway. Already. It's just that you've already now you got into that real mental space for them blessings to make its way to you. That's all that's happening. Now it's all about not letting it go to your head and just being like, okay, just stay that same humble nigga that got you there. Because most people, even I done it sometimes. I just feel like sometimes I just got to figure it out. It's still more levels. So it's like, just stay hungry with what's next as opposed to feeling like you hit your ceiling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though you know that already. Right. I'm just saying this for the people that's watching. You know what I'm saying? But we still have to fucking do that.
Yeah, because at the same time, when I'm hearing you, I'm like, I'm honoring that all day because that's something that I have to apply to my everyday. You know what I'm saying? So if I say, I'm pushing it, you know what I'm saying? You know? Right. And we can't do that. You know, like, if somebody's telling you something that's good for you, even if you know that already.
Because I'm doing a podcast.
You know, it's food. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what a steak tastes like, but if there's a steak on the table, you'll be like, damn right.
Right.
Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Fuck with this shit. So it's like, and that's what bro do that all the time. You do it too. Like, you're gonna say something that I know already, but I'm gonna act like I never heard it because it's just.
What we're not gonna do is say we said that before. We're gonna acknowledge it because it's confirmation.
Absolutely.
We're not gonna be the nigga be like, I was thinking the same. I mean, we've said it, we've been thinking the same thing, but that's confirmation.
It's a different. Yeah, it's a different.
As opposed to you saying, I thought of that first, or some weird shit that these niggas do, because you could do some shit, and then they be like, well, shit, I'm the one to introduce you to doing da-da-da-da. Come on, bro. Like, come on, you just be glad a nigga actually doing the shit. You feel what I'm saying? Don't try to steal a nigga thunder, none of that weird shit. Especially with us being a unit, I'm always say, I was on your same type of time. I'm gonna say on your type of time, because you're taking the time to say it. So even though I probably thought that shit 2 weeks ago, when you say it, I'm on your type of time. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm making sure I acknowledge my nigga that he on the right track. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with patting niggas on the back for doing the right shit.
Right.
Most niggas just want to be patted on the back because they did it first. That'd be problems with niggas. They want to be acknowledged so fucking much. They act like hoes. I mean, my bad. They act like females. Like,
that's their ego.
It's a fucking. That's the word. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, what's good, man? This Enlightened society, man. We got caught up on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's my nigga Vic over here. Y'all already know. 5, man. All the way live, man. It's your boy Tess, man. We lit as fuck. And yeah, man. We just chopping it up. We ain't gonna always hit y'all with a this what we on. You know what I'm saying? When the camera cut on, y'all gonna get number some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I do have something that I want to talk about though. Feel me? And what I want to speak on is before I even do that. I'm gonna holler at you. Before we even do that, I'll holler at my nigga. Alright, so you remember last week when you were saying, like, if I do something to my nigga and he get mad, I can't really say nothing about how he get mad. How he get mad is how he get mad. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm gonna respect how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then remember I was telling you that was some real shit already.
But at the end of the day.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what's even more realer? Check out what's even more realer. What's even more realer is the fact that you would take the time to allow a nigga to be mad how they want to be mad. See, the thing is with most people that's like that, even though it happened how it happened, most people still come back and be like, bro, you shouldn't have handled me like that. You shouldn't have da-da-da-da-da. Right. But what you did was you let it go because you understand what type of gate that you possibly open. Right. And you gonna let that shit go how it go. I'm not gonna put a gauge on how mad my nigga get. Right. Hopefully he get over it. But I'm gonna let him be mad how he be mad. Right. See, now that's when you really love and fuck with a nigga though. You ain't gonna tell a bitch how to be mad. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I push that button on accident or intentionally, you have to allow that person to figure that shit out, be mad, whatever. Especially if you came to a nigga and said, my bad already. Right. Like I was saying, if I still be mad, I got a problem. But you're not gonna put a cap on me being mad either, which is real love. Okay, nigga, you shouldn't be tripping this long, but I ain't finna tell you not to trip. That part. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait for you to blow over, tighten up, and we gonna be good, or nigga, you go your own way and now you really bugging, cause you know what I'm saying? I killed this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wanna do it on camera though. Just let a nigga know, this is how y'all approach y'all brothers and shit. Let niggas know they doing this, going about shit the right way. Don't be making nobody feel like, you know what I'm saying, nobody's no greater than the other. You know what I'm saying? Or don't make anybody feel like you're greater than them, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Let a nigga know that you see what's going on, you see the work, and you appreciate it in every way possible. You know what I'm saying? If you can. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you keep unity how it should be. Right. Leaving all that shit on the table, all that extra shit, that's a whole dub. If you a brother, like you say you a brother, this is the type of dialogue you motherfuckers need to have. Even if we get into a shouting match, if there's some type of understanding with this shit, let's just move forward, my nigga. And if you can't be around that person like that, then just go on your way. Nobody ain't forcing nobody to do nothing. Mm-hmm. Just respect what a nigga's saying, because they take the time to relay that shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's just the jewel that I wanted to drop before I even got into what I wanted to say. So the real subject is, you seen the John Gruden shit? No. All right, the football coach for the Raiders and shit. Mm-hmm. All right, so he said the shit about he's fired now out of the league. But what he said was, and this ain't got nothing to really do with the energies and shit. We on some political shit right now. But he made an email, right, where he said that the dude of the NFL Players Association of the NFL. It's a black dude. The dude we're talking about is a white dude. Yeah, okay. John Gruden is white. Yeah, I'm glad you put that into context. Yeah. John Gruden is white. This dude, DeMaris or whatever, he's black. He's part of the NFL Players Association. So the dude sent an email to another white man on some comfortable shit saying that he got lips the size of Michelin tires and shit. Bro. Right? Mm-hmm. So boom. So when I was watching the Stephen A. Smith shit, I'm gonna want your take on this shit too. So as I'm watching the Stephen A. Smith shit, he was like, he shouldn't be fired at first. Now this is initially. And what he said was, he wasn't working for the NFL then when he said what he said. And I'm all for that. I'm cool with that. He was working for ESPN. All right, so the NFL really can't do anything. And due to it being that shield of white people, they ain't gonna do nothing. No way. Right. Let's just nip this shit all the way in the bud. They ain't, niggas work for us. We don't have to work for y'all. Y'all work for us. It would have to be a cry. Like, it would have to be a serious outcry for this shit to happen. You feel what I'm saying? So what you just said, it got to be some real uproar. So boom. He was like, he shouldn't be fired. Okay, you're right. He can still be the coach. Come in. He can still be the coach or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? But now they know what type of shit you on. You feel what I'm saying? Right. All right, they're right. Now they dug deeper. Now they're seeing all types of, you know what I'm saying, homophobic shit. All types of shit was being said in other emails. They done dug deeper into his shit. Now he been saying a whole bunch of other shit like anti-gay shit, all this shit. But now y'all only stepping in because he's saying extra shit. Y'all wasn't trying to step in with the black shit. Now, mind you, I don't think he should have got fired either. Because he wasn't working for the NFL. Right. You know what I'm saying? But what Stephen A. Smith was trying to get people to understand is, realize, for the melanated community, realize these are the people that y'all are really around all the time. And Stephen A. Smith was like, I'm not fazed by it. Like, I don't get fazed if white people just did nigger, nigger, nigger. I'm not fazed because I know that's how y'all really feel. Right. Y'all just get mad just like people that we fuck with. They wait till they get mad and say how they feel. This is what they do. This is what they do. Right. So I don't get fazed by that shit. I be on Call of Duty shooting. I be hearing all kind of racist shit. I'm not getting mad. First of all, y'all only saying it because y'all on the microphone. Y'all eons away. Nobody know where y'all at. You feel what I'm saying? And for two, this is how y'all really feel. Yeah. So for me to put my energy on it and get all rah-rah-rah, it's done. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the fact that these people act accordingly. Remember I was saying that shit for quite a few episodes, but people that act accordingly. Now we're gonna get into the energy shit. Most people play certain roles around us because they want to act accordingly for that certain time being. They get around other people and act accordingly for that certain time being. As opposed to us, we just saying wait no matter what. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to this shit. When you're genuine and shit, like if you was around a bunch of niggas that really knew me, and I was never there, and you ask them, what's up with Snoop, they're going to tell you that's the same. No. Most people that really know me, they're going to say, that's been the same nigga for years. Right. Now, most people that do know me but have an issue, Snoop always saying this, saying that, but I'm just speaking how I feel. I'm being a man, like I'm doing what I do. Right. Why are you so opinionated about how I move and how I rock? Because you don't feel comfortable on that shit. Right. Don't make me seem like I'm something other than because I'm comfortable with speaking how I feel. I'm comfortable with pulling up with the shit. I'm comfortable with whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we're with the consequences. You know what I'm saying? So people will act accordingly. That's why I said that so much. Yes, there's ways to act accordingly, but then there's ways when people be acting accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So people will get around us and fit the mold. The energy could be bad, but they're gonna seem as if the energy's straight. Figure out what they need to figure out, go back and be their true self. Right. So most people get around you and act accordingly, but then get away from you and their true selves come out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I wanted to point that out about the whole situation with everything that we're speaking about. Most people play roles. Right. It's up for us to have them conversations over and over again with them to be like, okay, that nigga really ain't what he said he was in the beginning. You gotta test them. You know what I'm saying? Simple shit that goes on, and they show their face. You feel me? So yeah, that's really what I wanted to get at about the shit. You know what I'm saying? But with the John Gruden situation, we're in a world to where they want us behind the 8 ball. No matter what we look like. We always been behind the 8 ball. Yeah, exactly. But they wanted to continue so bad. We're getting richer. We haven't. No, we really haven't. If you really want to look at it the right way, we really haven't. In modern time, but we need to get out of that. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But I just want it to be known that there was a time where our people ruled the world. Facts. And that's not in the history books, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's in books, but it's not in the books that go on every day. So when you said that, I felt like it came from a place, from a where we've been brainwashed. Right, right. Society standards. We always been behind the 8 ball, you know what I'm saying? Right. Because that's what niggas is saying. You're right. Like, we're programmed to say that. Yeah, we're conditioned to say that. Real shit. It's almost true, you know what I'm saying? Because of how much we believe it. You know what I'm saying? How much we've lived, it seemed like we're behind the 8 ball. Right. So it seemed like it's in your lifetime and the way, you know, the way you did the treatment, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but there was times, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that we read, there was so much shit going on before. Like,
think about like dinosaurs. Even though I personally don't believe that dinosaurs truly exist, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Facts. I'm on that too.
You talking about them years? Like that was Earth. Earth was in existence. You think people did not exist at this time? You know what I'm saying? We're going back that long. Even after them, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of time that is missing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They only talk about certain parts of the world. Like right now, I'm living my life, and there's shit going on in Italy, there's shit going on in Paris, there's shit going on in Africa, there's shit going on in Asia. It don't affect me at all.
Exactly.
But it's my shit history just like whatever the fuck they talking about on TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm making history.
Yeah.
We making history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Real as it get. I can't protest that.
Yeah.
I was watching this shit, right? It doesn't matter what I was watching, but the story of a man that he wrote, right? He was a writer. And he lived this life, and his pops, shit is crazy. Like, I'm getting goosebumps because I'm like, damn, like, that's me. But when you hear it, so the dude, right, he grows up, and his pops is this big ass dude, but he didn't live up to like whoever he was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he has this son, and his son is like sickly, small, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing physically the same as the pops, right? So the pops talk down on him all the time growing up. So he has this complex, you know what I'm saying? Like, so instead, like his pops would try to put him in like athletics or whatever, and he wouldn't want to be in it. Athletics or like science and shit like that. He just wanted to write. So he ends up turning into like this kind of writer that just writes from the view. He writes about the world from the view of the everyday person that's struggling. That's like, but it's like it's mad deep. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he writes all this stuff. He meets this dude, his like another writer. You know what I'm saying? He ends up getting his job, and like he goes to school. His pops sends him to school. He goes to the school. To do something else like engineering or something, but he still writes. You know what I'm saying? He keeps the job. He meets another writer there, doing some other shit.
Right. They
become really tight. He has all these books. He dies when he's like of like a heart. Some shit he died of. He died when he was 41. He told on his dying on his deathbed. He told the writer friend, "Yo, burn all my shit, bro. I ain't never gonna do shit." Cause he wrote like his views were from a depressed man, like his pops, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just he would never be. But he wrote the books he wrote, like the books that he has 3 books that he did put out, but they didn't get no love, you know what I'm saying, when he was alive. But he wrote like books that never got published. A friend fixed them up, put them out, and they study them in all like the Ivy League schools and like, you know what I'm saying, HBC, like all the top schools in America, in the world really, you know what I'm saying? It's like international because the dude's from like the Czech Republic, you know what I'm saying? But they use this shit in school. They, you know, like if you're in like an advanced whatever in college, like they talk about his books. His books are like,
he's monumental type shit.
He's monumental.
Right.
Like there's even a theory behind his way of thinking attached to his name. Like a lot of people have his last name esque. I think it's like his name's like Franz. I forgot his name, but the shit is fire. But I was like, damn, like when I watched that shit, I'm like, damn, like because I got like books. Like I got books of music, of written, you know, like catalogs. But I'm also thinking about books and books of books I have because when they were like looking him up, like they were talking, it was like 2 or 3 different historians, and I'm like, damn, like that's who I am, nigga. Like I'm in, cause I got all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the other episode, like I got all this shit. I gotta start putting my shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I could be.
Yeah. So
they could start looking at my writings. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be dead and then like somebody else put my shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like my nephew or some shit put my shit out.
Yeah, man, stick your neck out there, man. Make that shit happen, man.
But yeah, it's just the point, because it wasn't just about me. It was like the concept of a man that, you know, we live, because there's a lot of people like that. You live your life, you know, not thinking that you're worthy enough because you're caught up in the warp of the world, you know what I'm saying, and the things that we were taught, because I was bringing that up. You know, like you could be taught something and then live a certain life because of the way you were taught. Like anything is really achievable, but like obviously your circumstances have a definite, you know,
factor.
Definitely plays a factor, but it's your mindset. It's what kind of person are you? You know what I'm saying? Because I could be a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I could be dead. I could be anywhere. I could be anything else but what I am. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, but everybody ain't like this.
Right.
And that's what I realized too. Like, I just been watching shit lately that that is making me think. Even though I've always been open-minded, I'm like a lot, and I feel like this is why this is so necessary, right? Because I feel like so many people live a purposeless life. Like they just live like you doing shit every day and you doing it from a control. Like you're controlled. Like you do what you do every day because you feel like you have to do it.
You're being a follower,
and you really don't have to. Like you can do whatever you want, but it's all about being consistent in this shit.
We learn not to settle. You know what I'm saying? We learn that it's more to whatever it is we are doing at that present point in time. We might not be doing the correct shit, but we know it's not what we really feel comfortable doing at the end of the day. Like you said, this is why this calling, these type of callings, and this type of work that we're doing now came about because this is something that we feel real comfortable doing. This is some shit that's like, you feel like you're meant. It feels like there's an actual place. You know what I'm saying? We have an actual place to work together to have one common goal to achieve this shit as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like whatever we need, we're gonna come together to make that accomplished.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like, I feel like if you're cautious enough to really understand outside of everything that you do, I feel like you can like will yourself in a space where anybody can be successful.
Exactly.
But I feel as though like people are not cautious enough to understand like how they carry themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we can do a habit and not even label it as a habit. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take you off, but I just want to get the viewer, because my question would be, what do you mean by cautious?
Cautious, like
hesitant?
I want to say hesitant, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's say like, all right, you say you want to be a singer.
Right.
If your goal is to become a singer, you should be, if that's something you really, really want to do, right. like when it comes down to, let's say like in Florida, how everything is spread out. We all know that the most important thing that you really need to really get around is a driver's license. Right. You get what I'm saying? So if you know that you really want a driver's license, regardless of how many times you fail that shit, because you know that you really want it, you're not going to let nothing stop you. You're just going to keep going back and keep going back.
Okay, so instead of using the word no, I think it's awareness.
You said no?
Instead of no, like you say you know.
Cautious. Yeah,
instead of cautious, yeah, but with cautious, you're knowing something.
No, not cautious, conscious.
Oh,
conscious.
Oh, okay, I thought you said conscious.
So yeah, cool.
Conscious. Like you like, you know, and conscious.
But conscious is awareness, nigga.
But it's just like, you know, when you're real with yourself enough to like understand consciously, like, all right, you know, okay, I got this goal out here. This is A. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here. I'm right here from the beginning. But it's just like, in order for me to get the A, there's a space. You know what I'm saying? So A is your goal.
I was hearing it another way. So now I'm like, I'm trying to process how you said it.
Yeah. So like, this is you. A is your goal. Right. So between you and A, this is all this space right here is in between, which is the steps, the trials, the tribulations, the detours. And you know what I'm saying? For you to obtain a goal that's beyond outside of your expectation, you got to understand before you even start that, like, number one, is that something you really, really want to do, regardless of how many times you get knocked down, or you're going to get back up. Because if it's something you really, really want,
you're going to get tested, bro.
You're not going to let it stop you.
And you're going to get tested to see if it's going to stop you or not.
Most definitely. Also, it's about, you said to get to accomplish the goal, you got to ask yourself, okay, so you also have to say, am I willing to change my everyday? Because your everyday has to be catered to the goal.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will tell, everybody will be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to do what it takes. You have to create a system on an aspect of every day. Like, what am I doing every day?
Yeah.
And those everyday systems will be accomplished towards getting the goal accomplished.
Right.
Because if you're not doing that, you'll never accomplish the goal. You can't say in 6 months. Goals don't work like that for real.
Yeah.
They don't work like that.
And like, take it from
unless they're within reasoning of a 6-month plan. Now, if you say big goals,
right. I'm just saying, it's not about, I didn't mean 6 months.
No.
Talking to the.
Yeah, of course.
6 months, not meaning specifically 6 months,
exactly.
but just hypothetically, any time. Like, don't put a time on the goal, because if you didn't, then it's like, have you failed? Even if you're doing what you got to do in the time that you did it, there's still progress that was, you made ground in some fashion. So it's like.
And that's what Bill Gates actually said, bro. Like, if you set up like 10 goals, right? Whatever, and you accomplish 8 of them, you can't tell yourself that you're not successful. It's gonna be falling short moments, and that's not really falling short. You're making progress to it still. Just make 9 and 10 your 1 and 2 when you start back over with your 10 goals.
Right.
So you can keep those within the line of what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just all about not being so hard on yourself, but being hard on yourself. Be like,
I
okay, I did 8. Okay, cool, but I could do more. Let's try to do more. But you showing yourself that you can actually work towards getting shit done. You know what I'm saying? That's all about. That's what it's about. Just seeing that you are having the ability to build the momentum to progress forward to that goal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just like you were saying, like that space between this and point A. That's just like what we were talking about. I use this example all the time. The Fortune 500 shit. Your goal is a business, but before you get to that business, you have to do all this other shit to work on yourself. Just like you were just saying, that me shit, those tests, everything else, that's gonna line you up to be able to handle everything that comes with that business. Because you have to have you straight first before you get to point A. You gotta get you right for point A to really work for you. Even if it's a big point A or a small point A, however your lettering goes, the in-betweens is what's gonna get you there. And most of the time, those in-betweens don't even really line up to that actual goal. It's just preparing you as a person to maintain that goal.
Right.
Like, cause you want Fortune 500 business, people testing your patience is a part of that. Cause you're gonna have to be patient with people once you get there.
Yeah.
All levels.
Yeah.
All levels. So you might be tested on some bullshit with some regular shit now. You know what I'm saying? But that's a small piece of that big pot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all that shit lines up, like you say, is the curves that could throw you off, that may not even line up with the goal, but it's all about your preparation as a person.
Right. And I feel like the most important thing overall is the key thing overall is your perspective of like you obtaining your goal. Because when I listen to what it is that you say and I really like hone in on what it is that you're saying, like when you say things like, you know, don't let the hard times, like, you know what I'm saying, affect who you are. A hard time is a hard time if that's how you perceive that situation in your mind. You get what I'm saying? Because when I was pursuing my career as a comedian, like it was a real rough, tough road for me, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like when you got that burning desire, you get what I'm saying? There's nothing else that you see besides this tunnel vision on that. And like, you know what I'm saying? You don't look at a loss as a loss. You look at something that most people would consider a loss as a lesson. You know what I'm saying? I don't never look at a loss or me not achieving my goal or me not making progress as, you know what I'm saying, a loss. Because if you already put that word in your mind that it's a loss, it's just gonna resonate with you. But if you put it in your mind like, you know what, even though that shit didn't go the way that I expect for it to go, you know what, that was a lesson. So because you gained that lesson, you added something to yourself instead of just putting, you know, one word like, damn man, that shit sucked. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you already then dropped down your self-esteem along with, you know what I'm saying, in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like when you feel like when you lose at something, your perspective of the situation, you feel it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like when you lose a basketball game. I know you feel it, but it's just like, imagine if you change that sort of thought, like, all right, I took that loss, but you know what? That's a lesson. That's a lesson to make me better. You get what I'm saying? So your losses don't feel like losses no more. Your losses now turn into like, all right, you know what? Let me get back in the gym. All right, you know what? Let me go back in the court. Right. Like it's two different things. You know what I'm saying?
You can be optimistic or you can be pessimistic.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? So if you just want to accept a loss, you're gonna dumb yourself down. But if you accept that lesson, you get what I'm saying? And that's what most people need to understand about that L word, because that's what I utilize, just the L word. You gotta either dictate whether it's going to be considered a loss or a lesson.
Yeah, that's real.
Take it as a lesson and level up.
And that's all there is to it. That's the only way up. You get what I'm saying? And that's not even something that you can apply to your goal. That's something you can apply to every single aspect of your life.
All of this you can. Everything that we talking about, you better apply that shit because it's gonna better you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not one thing, it's everything.
Yeah, but if your perspective is not in place, or you're not developing a better perspective when it comes to your goal, because you know what I'm saying, you gonna take your loss, you gonna take your hit, you gonna go through you gonna get dragged through the mud.
Challenges are coming, man. Challenges are coming.
You know, that's what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what comes with it. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately.
It's crazy. I'm just thinking about things that I got going on, and I'm just like, I done been from a hoop. So we talking about basketball. Like today, I was hooping, I was doing my thing, but it was just what you said. It was my perspective. It was like I knew I was feeling a lot better than I had been feeling since I've been playing over there. Like, I've been playing there injured, so I feel like not only have people looked at me in a certain, like, even though I have flashes of moments of greatness,
right,
many times, but overall it's like I'm playing injured. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not myself, but I love the game so much. I'm out there, you know what I'm saying? I just love being out there. And now that I'm just understanding what I can't be doing that, so I had kind of been off it, stopped playing, so now I'm just kind of sporadically here and there, so anyway, I play today, I feel great. Also my mental, because over the time when I hadn't been, I still would go on the court, like I'll go when nobody's there times, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just be doing my little drills or shooting shots or whatever. And so I was playing different, and I was just like, damn, it's crazy, like how just the mind is so powerful. Like the way I was thinking, I'm looking at people that maybe the me with the bad foot is like, damn, like I don't know if I could. I'm like, bro, you ain't doing nothing. Like you did, like it's food all day, and I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm like, damn, like. But it was my mental first.
That's what it's
the attitude. Like I wasn't like tentative because when you're hurt, you think it's it's psychological. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to do this. You don't want to. You're thinking, and the game is a flow game. You know what I'm saying? You got to think as you flow. So it's like if you're not
fast twitch with it,
then you're dead. So that was me. Long story short, I'm applying it to everything, even with Sice. You know what I'm saying? It's like. I had my moments, you know what I'm saying, at the stool, you know what I'm saying, with his boy, you know what I'm saying. But I didn't do everything I was supposed to, but I understand why. It was like in that moment I'm like, I said L, you know what I'm saying? Like I fumbled, you know what I'm saying? But over time, I'm rapping injured, you know what I'm saying? But over time, I'm like, you know what? I just went there on some. It was really sporadic. It was like I need to get in the stool, like I'm listening to beats, but not really. You gotta be doing whatever it is you doing, whatever you want to do. Like you gotta be doing it.
Yeah, you gotta be submerged in it.
If you're not really doing it, it doesn't matter how you feel about it.
Right.
When you do it, it's gonna show if you're doing it for real or not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the point now where I'm like, yeah, I want to go. I'm ready. But like in a week, you know what I'm saying? A week or two, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll definitely be, because I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? But not yet. But you know what I'm saying? Like. Watch it, like I'm gonna have so much shit, like so that. But that's how I feel about even with this. I'm like, I was telling bro, I don't know if I told you this, but like I'm so hyped to do this every week with y'all, in the sense that like it's made me a better person, right? Like because when we're not doing it those other days, I'm not even like I'm approaching my life like, what am I gonna bring to the table the next time, as opposed to being like, what am I gonna talk about? You know what I'm saying? Or acting on specific. I'm just like, so now, like you said, you be getting books. I'm like, I'm on the same type of time. I got many books, so it's like there's books I bought that I haven't even read yet. So I'm just like catching up to that and just trying to like better myself every day on every aspect, and just understand like with the mind you can do so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have to use, and we don't use enough of our mind. You know what I'm saying? Like they say we only use 10% of our brain. You know what I'm saying?
So when we say so much with that is unlimited access to unlocking so much shit in your brain. So there's no cap on what he's saying when he's saying so much. It's just meaning so much till it's like crazy. Because if we're only using a small percentage of our brain, imagine if we just unlock like 20 or 30%.
Yeah.
Like shit will get epic out of
nowhere. I was just saying,
you know
what's crazy as you're saying that, I'm thinking to myself, like, I had got to like 20, 30. I was saying that as you said that, I was like, I had got to like 20, 30%, but I feel like I dumbed myself down at some point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm back to like 12 to 15. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need to get my shit back right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's what I was saying.
At least you being real with yourself,
I'm acknowledging it.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
The application of everything that I've gathered over time, you know, really putting it to use and really engaging everybody in this, you know, into like what's really real, like.
Yeah, man. I mean, if more people really
possibilities are endless, guys.
It is. It definitely is. If most people really take just the 2 words, mindset. If you really just think about that, just say mindset and just pause. Just think about just those 2 words. That right there just lets you know within your mind, whatever it is that you set to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you sitting there saying that the possibilities is endless is basically everything those 2 words just said. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So it's just like, if you take your mind and be like, yo, I'm going to set my mind on that goal. If you submerge yourself in that shit, you have no choice but to get better at it. But to get better at it. You get what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? When you break down these things in detail, it is, you know what I'm saying, you know, all of us choose the life that we live. You know what I'm saying? By every decision, every choice. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, don't be out here talking about you know, you knew you could have been this rapper. If you wanted to do that, you would have did it. You get what I'm saying?
That part.
And that's just really like the bottom line of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we really gotta like step up to the plate and understand, like, yo, the life that we want to live is up to us.
Absolutely.
And if you base life on, or you base your success on it being a monetary gain, then most of the time it ain't gonna turn out how you want it to.
It never will.
So stop being money driven when you be mixing the word success up with that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because most of y'all look at success, you know what I'm saying? The majority look at success as how much money you have. You know what I mean?
What you look at success as?
I was just about to say that. My success is being able to reach those, you know what I'm saying? Being able to turn somebody's thought process around. Like, I'm not the one that really like, I you know what I'm saying? I do my thing to a degree, you feel me? But I do it to a degree like I do because society makes it to where this has to be a way of living. You know what I'm saying? Like, if money wasn't such a big thing with just having to be able to live, I would be fine without that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I have information to give. The shit that I have to give, you can't put no money on that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my success is doing the things that I like to do. Like I said, I was actually, you know what I'm saying, I talk and set shit out in a weird way. Like, I made a mixtape a long time ago called Just a Matter of Time. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking Just a Matter of Time. But then I dropped another CD like down the line that was called Ghostwriters Needed. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying some niggas out here need a ghostwriter, whatever.
Right.
Just a matter of time, somebody ended up needing a ghostwriter. So the shit that I set out there really be happening to me. So that's success to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody paid me to write their music.
Right.
I spoke my shit into existence, but it's the way that I did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did it through my little mixtapes because I don't care. Like, I'm good at it, but I'd rather help somebody else do it because I'm not a spotlight-ish nigga. Like, I don't care for that type of fame. That shit don't really... As long as I'm real with myself, I don't give a fuck about how many people really like me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I know real people don't have a lot of friends to begin with. So I'm good.
Right.
I know the minimal people that I do have are people that really understand my ways and appreciate me for who I am, and they let me be me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They allow me to be me to the best, to my fullest extent, and I don't have to think or feel like, okay, I can't be, you know what I'm saying? I'm fully accepted by the few people that fuck with me, so I'm successful as it gets in my eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So me really just being able to reach people and let them know that you could be you and still be successful in whatever way or facet that you see it as. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
My shit is not no monetary gain at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about it because money is the root to all evil. People who do strange things for a piece of change. There's so many motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? It's so many different types of ways that I could put that. You feel me? So, yeah, bro. I just want to be genuine with motherfuckers and just tell them the real shit, whether they like it or not. I want them to be able to be in their mind and be like, I might not have liked what he said at the time, but I get what he was saying now.
Yeah, being impactful.
That's all. That's it, bro. Like, And I ain't tripping on none of this. Everything else that's gonna happen for me, because I got the right motherfuckers around me. Yeah. So I don't have to worry about it. Everything's gonna play out as it may. I just wish I found these people earlier. I wish I broke off from the people that I knew what they were, and I just gave a fuck so much till I was just giving them a chance to not be that, and they just took advantage of what it was because they got comfortable with the old me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's what it is though. It ain't with me, it ain't no hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? I understand that I'm not the problem no more. No matter how blunt I am, no matter how real I am, I'm not the problem. The problem is y'all don't know how to accept real shit.
Yeah.
I'm not the issue. Kiss my ass on that. You know what I'm saying? I barely say kiss my ass because if I say that, bitch, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? It's a rap. It's all the way up there type shit. You feel me? So it's like, I'm not never second guessing myself and I'm no longer tripping.
Right.
I know my conscience is telling me what it is. And I'm just going to move by my gut feeling over everything because that's what's been keeping me afloat the whole time.
Yeah.
Moving by my gut. Understanding that I got me if I stay positive. You know what I'm saying? I keep an optimistic mind frame. I don't care if it's a shootout, we fight. I don't care if we drinking water, competition. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be optimistic in what I'm doing. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? And even if I do take that lesson, you feel what I'm saying? I'm just going to be more prepared with if that shit arises again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and play back that game tape and figure out what I did. Just like my bro did, you know what I'm saying? When niggas be taking them type of L's and you raw like that, the only thing them niggas replaying is them couple plays that they could have did right.
Right.
They ain't tripping on nothing else. It's the smaller, intricate shit that really could have had it flowing a little bit different.
Right.
That's what real perfectionists do. You know what I'm saying? The problem with perfectionists, they just be too hard on themselves most of the time. You know what I'm saying? He's more realistic with it. He knew it was injury based and all of that. It's just once I got back right, I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it's all about being real with yourself, admitting where the bumps in the roads come from, and then just moving right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what people think, you just gotta have the fuck how everybody feel attitude.
Right.
Because it's about you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You carrying that ball. You don't want to fumble like you said.
Life, it's my life.
But the problem that be with most people in this generation, most people feel like for them to feel empowered is to move in packs. Most people don't even know, don't even have the slightest clue how to feel empowered within themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I always try to encourage people to pour richness within the mind, because jewelry, money, car, clothes, hoes, whatever you want, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to put in that category, that doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't add value to who you are, because it's just like, the way I see the quality in a person is without that chain on, without that watch on, without that swag you got on. What are you without nothing? Like, you get what I'm saying? And that's the type of richness I got in myself where without nothing, you could be like, that nigga right there,
he knows something.
You know what I'm saying? He knows some shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
You get what I'm saying? That's real riches. Real riches ain't having a lot of money and, you know what I'm saying, having a lot of jewelry. That's not real wealth. You get what I'm saying?
It look good though.
It does, but it's just like if that was to all get taken away from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, what are you?
Yeah, how do you feel now?
Like, how do you feel about yourself? You get what I'm saying? Most people just, I gotta have this watch on because this shit make me feel like I'm the man. I feel like the man with nothing. I go to Walmart right now and go right downtown and still feel like I'm the man.
I'm telling you.
That's true richness. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Some real shit.
Yeah, I have people not like me because the nigga was truly rich just within themselves, bro. So I already know.
Yeah, and then like I can relate to like the stuff you say, like when you're engaging with different people. When you engaging with different people and they don't even understand like the type of stuff that you be on. Cause I be hitting these situations where I hit people with the word logical, and like people like, man, I fucking hate when you use that word. I hate when you use that word. Like you try to make yourself sound like you're above me. And I explain to them. I give them the chance to try to meet me eye to eye, and I explain to them in the simplest form. I'm like, when I speak from a logical standpoint of view, it's not about how the fuck I feel. It's not about how the fuck you feel. It's about what's right. Fuck how both of us feel. It's about what's right. I said to have that, like to have that ability to think like that in a situation. You get what I'm saying? Say, yo, fuck my feelings, fuck your feelings, this is just what's right. That fuck people up all the time. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And they don't want to hear it. So once I give them that opportunity and past that, after I see what they say, you got it. I don't even say that no more. I I don't even say nothing no more because, you know what I'm saying, people who can't look outside themselves.
You got it.
Honestly, that's
I'm with you though. That's
I felt that.
That's how you gotta carry that.
That's what I'm laughing
I don't got time to be sitting there trying to argue with somebody about how I feel, and then they're arguing with me about how they feel, and at the end of the day, we ain't getting shit done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if it's a real person, like, you know what? I'm not gonna speak on how I feel. I'm gonna shut the fuck up, and I'm just like lay it out for like what's right. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, I'm gonna own. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna own me being wrong, and I'm gonna call out for what it is.
All right. So my question to that is, would you keep dealing with a person that, all right, let's say you express how you feel, right? They don't acknowledge that shit, but then they express how they feel, but you acknowledge the shit, right? Now, mind you, your shit just got overlooked like a motherfucker.
Okay.
Let's just keep it.
Okay.
Let's just keep it. You've been really disrespected, right?
Let's keep it a bean.
Let's keep it a whole bean. Now, how do you fucking take that shit? Like, because this is the type of shit that I get. Like, motherfucker love to throw back out with this, but I'm like, damn, how am I answering your shit? But you ain't even. You feel me? Like, you ain't even acknowledging shit that you got. You feel me?
Well, you just said it right there. It's just all about what a person chooses to acknowledge.
What do you do though? What do you do to the person that don't acknowledge? They chose not to. So what the fuck you do?
I refrain myself from that.
Help me. I already refrain myself. I just want to hear it. You know,
honestly, there's no other option because
exactly.
You can't control that person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
If you don't want to control them, it's just that they're just not reciprocating the same shit.
So, and honestly, it's just like, yo, if you're cool with, like, I say it like this, if you're cool with presenting yourself in a way where you understood that I just, you know, I you know what I'm saying, I acknowledge your feelings, and you just overlook mine, and you're cool with the way you present yourself, you know what I'm saying, the value of yourself, it just dropped in my head. So it's just like, what the fuck do I look like being around? You know what I'm saying?
I know bitches hate talking to you.
So
argue with you,
like, you know, but that's the way that you gotta look at it. Cause like me, I'm the type where it's just like I'll argue, then they'll argue, and then I'll think like outside of the argument and be like, okay, are we working towards something? Are we working towards a common goal? Are we getting somewhere?
Are you doing that because they didn't acknowledge you at first?
No.
What if they acknowledge you at first? Then everything's good, right? They acknowledge you.
Yeah. If we're moving to a collective goal of solving a problem, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just like, y'all going back and forth, it's just like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? What's happening here?
Fact. You already know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, you really gotta understand, like, you know what I'm saying, do situations.
Hey, Shooter, we on the time? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we really gotta understand the situations where it's just like, you know, we gotta hold ourselves accountable for wasting time. Like, you know what I'm saying, wasting way too much time because there's always that argument where it's just like, we knew we should have drawn the line, but it's just like, you know, females are, well, I'm gonna speak on both aspects. Between males and females, we're both good at, like, you know, when we feel some type of way, I'm gonna say something to your ass that's gonna piss you off. Like, you get what I'm saying? And if you're not, like me, I was one of those motherfuckers where I got a temper. I keep it a whole 1,000. I got a temper, a quick temper. So it's just like, if you say the wrong shit, I'm flying off the handle, you get what I'm saying? And I had to really learn how to, like, calm that down because the person I am today.
Go ahead.
The person I am today, when I look at the Victor that used to, you know, be flared up for no reason, be pissed off.
I used to be on different.
You know, and like, you know, when I think about like how I felt, like, damn, Victor, you were stressed. Damn, Victor, your blood was boiling. Damn, Victor, you were down. Damn, Victor, you was frustrated. I'm thinking like, damn, it ain't nothing positive about what I'm saying about myself. You get what I'm saying? And like, now when I think about that shit, oh, you can't argue with me. You want to stab the shit out of me trying to argue with a nigga like me. Cause I'm like, all right, no value in it. I'm gone. That's it. I'm skating. I'll give you an opportunity. I give everybody an opportunity. But once I know that we're not seeing eye to eye, I'm out of here. All right, you got it. You right. You know what I'm saying? And I'll leave that space right there. You know what I'm saying? And I keep that shit pushing.
That's real shit.
Shit, time is our biggest asset. And if you don't fucking value that shit, then you don't value
yourself?
Yeah. You don't value yourself. You don't value what you got going on. You don't care what you got going on. You don't care to devalue yourself. If you could spend 5 minutes of your life on some shit that you understand is unproductive, How much do you really value you?
On that note, we up out of here too, man. Like society, we going to test 5.